Yo, welcome everyone. Hopefully these this new setup that I've got going hopefully is fairly decent. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on with we're there. I'm trying to figure out why some of my sources aren't working right now. Well, there's not much I can do about that. I guess. Kinda gotta leave it as is. But it is what it is. So, yeah, welcome. We are beginning our empire, our manufacturing empire. Soon to be adding more and more miners. I plan on having roughly about 6 mining accounts. So obviously we've got 5 extra Mackinaws, which we're going to be building up eventually. Let me just sort these out. Oh yeah, I need to move a few bits and pieces about. So we've got this set up now, so obviously I can quick switch, which is nice. You can't really go too wrong with that. I've just got to quickly whip these over to my station. Just have to bear with a moment while I just make sure I've got everything. Yep, they're all in there. What we'll do is actually we'll keep them in there. We'll keep them in there. I'm going to sort of show you what I'm going to be doing while I mine, and obviously pick up some of the bits which I need to go and pick up now, because I have been producing some items today. So let me just jump into this, get the fitting up so we can get these expanded cargo holds on. Get 2 of them in. It's a nice 10k hold. Perfect. It's exactly what we need for what we're about to go pick up. So I'm going to have to double check some of these scenes, because I believe some of them have broken, which is great, because that's exactly what we wanted. There's not much I could really have done about that, to be honest. We're going to go dock up, get that sorted.
Docking request accepted.
Obviously, I'm repping the McLaren today. I know it's not race weekend yet, but there's never a wrong day to rep some McLaren. So we'll pop that into there, because this is where all of our BPs are going to be held, because this is where we're going to be producing most of our BPs. Obviously we've got certain... 1 second, let me just make sure that we've got this right. There we go. So what I need to do is go into my industry. So what we've just done is create basically 6 station container blueprints, station containers, which we're going to basically use to organize everything, which is going to be so very, very nice. They do take up 10,000 meters each, so I can only move one at a time. But I'm only going to move one right now just to sort of showcase what these containers actually do. This is my first time actually using them, so I don't really expect anything. I'm probably expecting something to go wrong, or for me to do something wrong, because standard, you know. Let me just make sure that I have got. Yep, perfect. So dock up. So we'll move that into the item hanger. So then I believe we assemble the container. Ah, there we go. So, and can we set the name? Oh, we can. So I don't actually know. Let me just disable compact mode. Ah, so there you go. So this container has a million M3. So what we can do is we can sort of go into here and go, right, what we want to put into there is sort of everything but ore. So we will gather all this. We will put it all into there. We're going to name that fittings to make it a little bit easier. So then that just stays there. Don't need to set a password really, because no one's going to be using it but me. Obviously if anything's broken in there I can repair it, so on and so forth. But yeah, it just stays there, it's chilling, and we just gather our ore as we normally would. So we're going to jump into our piss flaps. that name will always forever get me. But yeah, we're going to basically, one sec, let me just jump onto some of these. Just sort of double check everything, make sure everything's sweet. I just need to quickly do that. Create a dashboard. Just bear with me a moment. Oh god. Apologies. Oh my lord. Trying to get it so it just does half of the. There we go. And then we do that. Then we do that. And that's that, basically. Okay. Now that we've got everything sort of sorted out, yeah, we've got that right, that right. Don't really need them settings to be set high, but we'll leave that as it is. Stream's looking good. Everything's looking good, to be honest. Yeah, stream preview, perfect. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on, obviously, the cameras, just to make sure that we see what's coming. Always an advisement, always have cameras. We do have a grade coming up this way, so we may just hold off a moment from leaving. We'll just have full screen set ready, just in case we need to pop off somewhere. Yeah, I was looking at doing a stream late last night, but I thought maybe it was too late. Maybe we'll start a nice early stream, go through the day, and just so you can sort of see what I guess day-to-day life would be in Nullsec, part of one of the biggest alliances in the game. Yeah, so we have got a few things to sort of go over throughout the day. Obviously, make sure that the skills are being done and we're on top of them. And if there's any skills we need, we just get them done ASAP. Not really messing about with most of this now. We just want it cracked on like planetology. We're just trying to get them all done as quickly as humanly possible. We're then going to be dipping into science soon because we need to get our research up. That's another one. What's that? 5% bonus to blueprint copying speed per level. We will probably look at that at some point, but we will throw them into the mix because they are needed. They're going to be needed no matter what. That'll allow us to obviously do some extra bits, which is like, okay, nuclear physics and quantum physics. Allows quantum physics research to be performed through a research agent, 1% reduction in manufacturing time for all items requiring quantum physics per level. So obviously certain things like that, obviously it means that we'll be able to manufacture things that require the quantum physics skill. That'll be 1% quicker per level. And obviously it's needed for all research and manufacturing operations on related blueprints as well. So there'll be certain blueprints that require that skill, no matter what. So no matter what if you're going to be doing research and copying and that sort of thing, you are going to have to basically get that research skill up to be able to then, science up, science to 5, to then be able to actually run it efficiently. Obviously resource processing, we kind of need to get the mining upgrade soon, but that's CPU penalty, so that's sort of fine. We've got the mining upgraded anyway, so that's there, that's perfect. What's industrial configuration? We don't need that, we don't need that. We've got people that have, the skills at 5 for processing ore and moon and ice, and gas. So we'll obviously get hold of them as and when we need. But mainly I want to try do it myself, keep myself as self-sufficient as possible. Just bear with at the moment because we've just got one passing through literally next door. Once he's sort of moved on, we can then obviously undock and crack on. There is certain things that we need to do, mainly mining certain belts. Obviously I'll be able to sort of try help with what belts give you what. There we go, he's moved on to the next system, so we can get these undocked. And what the program I'm using to obviously switch between characters so quickly is it's called basically Eve-O Preview, and what that allows you to do is stack multiple accounts on one screen, but flick between them regular or as many times as you want, which makes it obviously a lot easier trying to get through it all and that sort of thing. So at the moment we just have the Arcanor Bistot, small Arcanor and Bistot at the moment, and then the Ice Belt. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to the medium Arcanor and Bistot. We're going to get them turned on. Once we get there, we'll just make sure we've got the right setup for both of these. So this turns up, obviously. It's kind of weird that there's a whole ass structure sat there. But this is the first time I've come into this sort of belt. So we release the drones. What we'll do is we orbit that, and then we'll set our drones to assist the miner, which basically means if this miner gets attacked, the drones will attack whatever's attacking that. If they attack my Ishtar, they won't touch it. They won't go try kill them. So it's like that, basically. It's not really much more to it. I believe we've got the range, yep, to just start straight away, and we have that to be able to. So with the survey scanner, what that'll do is that'll basically tell me the quantity of the rocks that's there, the total volume of the rocks that's there, and how far away it is. Obviously, I'm only so close to one rock. Obviously, you've got a certain distance, a certain range with the scanner, and that can be boosted using the porpoise or the orca or the rock. That can be boosted to over, I believe, 40 kilometers, which is a very big boost, and definitely helps massively.
Yo,
Yo.
I'm fucking shattered, mate.
I'm wide awake, me,
Yeah,
bro. I literally, I was like, you know what? Need to get sorted. Need to get a stream going. So, got my pots from before I went to sleep. Washed them up. Then I was like, oh yeah, I need to brush my teeth. So, brushed my teeth twice, mouthwash, and then had a wash. Got sorted, and then yeah, cracked on the stream, bro. Have you not been to sleep yet, either?
no, it's only nighttime here. It's only 8:30.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, you're 13 hours ahead. I forgot about that. Fucking hell, man. That's madness.
I wanted to ask you, is the eyes clear at the moment?
You've got one grey in A. Oh, I can say it, can't I, really? Let's be real. They're gonna, yeah, you kind of know what counts and where. Yeah, so Artioff's not clear. That's the only system.
Oh, good.
But he passed through. He went through UTAC L to DTAC I into Artioff. So he's gone past. So you're good to go. What happened? Did you mine out the enormous Macoxic and the Nixilium belt? Did you mine? No. Or did they just?
No, I haven't mined since.
Oh, since you got off.
Yeah, no, I left my accounts logged in, but I haven't been playing anything.
Yeah, because that fucking asshole with the Lashaks came in and hit the Reitaru.
Yeah. No, I'm with all my blueprints.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I reckon that'll get defended 100%, no doubt.
If it doesn't, I'm not gonna be too happy.
I'll be honest. If it doesn't, I think there's going to be a bit of an issue. a very big issue, personally. So, but I think it will. I know. I'm a little bit pissed off that what I've seen put in the what Kiddie Captain put in there, where they literally basically just didn't give a shit, didn't even mention them, and just left it. But Core Mum kind of assumed that they defended it, and it's like, no, it got blown up, and yeah.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think they give a shit about Mennonite's main jewels, like the Horde I'm talking about. I don't think they care,
No.
and so, you know what I mean? It has to be an actual structure for them to care, I think. But I hope they care about an actual structure.
Well, you'd like to think. I would believe they do, but it's one of them. The thing is, like you say, well, like we said earlier, obviously I won't mention too much about the percentage. If that's the percentage that's being paid, should this area not be more protected? I know obviously staging's like 14 to 16 jumps, but if you bridge it, it's even closer. So they can get here and defend it. They're just choosing not to. And I don't know if that's just due to the fact that we've not, at that time, we didn't really have as many PvP on. I don't know. But I know next time what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to just jump into Mumble and fucking crack the whip and be like, excuse me, you guys need to come help. Like, we're part of Horde. You need to come here. Structures are being hit.
The problem is that everyone in Mumble's, and it's going to sound harsh,
Window
but
lickers.
they're nobody.
Yeah. But
what I mean is they have no say. They're just like us. You know what I mean? Like they just yes, they're a part of Horde, but they're just members. You know what I mean? They can't turn around and be like, hey, we're going over here, guys. Like that's not.
No,
you know what I mean? Like yes, there are some people that in Mumble that can do it, but I mean most people in there are just random members.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we get them randomers to come over, it's extra people to help. You know what I mean? I might even say anyone that turns up to defend, I'll give you 50 million. There's a free 50 mil to turn up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to have structures get destroyed because people just can't be asked to make the jumps.
Yeah, I think Horde will come defend it. I mean,
oh yeah, I've
if
no
they
doubt.
don't, then it's kind of, you know, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I have no doubt on that one that they will turn up for that. I'm pretty certain.
And the system has the structure they hit has high valuable rigs in it, so it's like So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what I'm saying is that if it gets killed, that looks bad on Horde.
That
you know what I mean?
Very, very
and
bad.
That seems to be, it seems to be, and I'm not just saying this as Horde. I'm saying I think all alliances, they care so much about this ISK war bullshit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me because, like, I'm kind of under the mindset, who cares about ISK? It should all, like, winning a war should be about, like, winning the fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like winning the fights, destroying the structures, like stuff like that. Where like, and I'm not saying Horde have said this, but I've seen like YouTube videos where these guys, there was a big fleet fight. This was like ages ago, but it was a big fleet fight, right? Both sides. Anyway, so they had this big fleet fight. You know, multiple thousand people involved.
Yeah.
And afterwards, like from the camera's perspective, the blue team ended up leaving, right? Like they pulled out because, like, you know, the battle was no longer in their mind winnable, right? They were trying to take out some structure, so the blue team pulled out. But the guy making the video was obviously the blue team, and he's like, "Oh, we won the battle." And he's like, and then he brought up the report, and like, you know, one side lost like 300 or 400 billion, the other side lost more, and so he's like, we won. But I'm like, you didn't win because you didn't kill the structure, and you had to leave,
Yeah,
Like if you have to leave, you haven't won.
they've lost.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like that. It's kind of like it's
Yeah.
like being in Roman times with the swords, and you call retreat, but you're like, oh, they
We
brought
won.
10,000 soldiers, we only brought 5,000, but we killed more of them, they killed of us, so we won. It's like, no, you had to leave, so you lost.
Yeah, it's basic
If you,
war. It is literally just basic, like it's like well yeah, in any war. If you have to retreat, you've lost. Whether
yeah,
you
yeah, but
kill
that's not
more
the
or not,
way.
you've lost.
Yeah, but that's not the way people, well, not all people, but a lot of people I've noticed in Eve
Well,
don't care about that. It's all just about from that battle who
Mm.
lost more ISK. That's all that matters. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that to me, that's not, it should be like, did you achieve your objective? And whenever there's a big battle like that, it's generally over a structure. So it's like, or a system. So it's like, did you take the system? Did you defend the system? Which
Yeah.
whoever did it, they won. It's
Yeah.
not. Doesn't really matter about the
Plain
ISK.
and simple. Yeah.
It's like if you were defending the station and they didn't blow it up, you won.
Yep.
End of. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you're attacking the station and you did blow it up, even if you had to lose more ISK than the other team, you still won because you killed the structure, which was the whole purpose of your battle. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
people don't view it that way. They view it like it's
Well,
purely about ISK. But
yeah. Well, people like that may in the nicest way possible, fucking stupid. Because, like, the way I see it is in any war, right? Okay, take fucking hell, what? Take the Russia-Ukraine war. Oh no, to be fair, that doesn't really work. No, take World War II, right? Germany killed more people than the Allies, right? Bearing in mind, obviously, the Allies ended up being Soviet Russia, UK, America, that sort of thing. The Germans killed more people, so technically they won the war. No, they didn't. They lost. They lost everything.
Mm.
And they lost less people. So in terms of ISK, they lost less ISK than everyone else, but they lost. So
yeah, exactly.
to be fair, if anyone comes at me going, "Oh, we won and we've had to pull back," I'll go, "No, we fucking didn't. We definitely didn't." "Oh, well, we won the ISK war," and it's like, it's not an ISK war, you fucking idiot. Did we get our objective? No, we didn't. We lost. They pushed us back, or they took our system. We lost. Plain and simple. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If it becomes a sort of, what's the word, where it like attrition. If it becomes a battle of attrition, whereas no one's going to really take a structure, well, no one's going to take a system, then yes, it kind of sometimes does come down to the amount of ISK damage that you've inflicted on the enemy. Because if you can inflict enough damage in ISK, you are affecting them, you're affecting their economy. So to a degree, you kind of do win, but because you haven't claimed their system, it's like a stalemate. They can't take your system, you can't take theirs. So it does sometimes come down to ISK. Like, what is it? You've got Atioth and Katakai next to each other. Neither system's been taken. They keep getting hit. They have skirmishers in both systems. So it is coming down to whoever does the most damage in ISK technically wins that battle. But in the grand scheme of things,
if you're not fighting over something, then that's if you're not fighting over something, then ISK does become important. I agree, but I'm talking. There's a lot of people that just don't even factor that in.
Oh yeah,
just about ISK, and I'm like,
well,
no.
then people are just, in layman's terms, fucking stupid. To be honest.
And my kind of whole point of it was, Pandemic Horde should show up because they're not gonna want that station with those rigs on their kill board because it's gonna make them look bad.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Well,
like the enemy can start saying, "Hey, you're not even defending your tier 2 rigged structures." Ho 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 ho. You know that, and that seems to be what leadership care about. So.
Well, what our leadership needs to do is start knocking on the other leaderships, fucking, you know, the alliance leaderships, they're going, excuse me, we need people here.
I think they are. I think they are.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm just saying, like, obviously I don't see what goes on behind. Like, you know, I'm a probie. You know what I mean? I'm not even technically in the corp fully yet. I'm pretty certain I will be. There's no reason I won't be. But yeah, it needs to. As long as like we do our part, if the alliance lets us down and keeps doing so, which I don't think they will, like you say, is a structure that to them is worth a lot of ISK. So for them, they really do need to, you know, fucking kick it up a gear and defend it, which, again, no doubt they will. It's one of them. We've got to sort of wait and see. Wait there. I'll ask you because obviously it's your system. I know. I think Core Mum did post actually about the rules with it. Okay, so nothing's to be done in your system. Is that right? Or is it just gas mining's a no-go?
You can do anything in 8K other than gas mining and mining the 64 moon. That's it. Everything else
is
help
fair
yourself.
Game. Okay.
Yep.
It's just then going in there, doing it, coming back. I'm just thinking because if is the rat insights in there as well?
No, not anymore. There used to be,
Right.
but we removed those and put it in an extra ore belt.
Okay.
Because it's got a different type of ore than the ore that we get in any of the other systems.
Oh.
So the ore in here is Zydrain, which you don't get in the other systems.
That's why I need that and Isogen at the moment. They're the two that.
Yeah, so Isogens and UL.
Right.
But it's a shit belt. It's only a tier 1, but that's all it can fit.
Right. So that's where there's no other system that we have that I can go where I can get Isogen.
The other thing we have two sources of Isogen. So we've got what's in U, L, and then we've got what's in P.
Yeah.
That belt that you were in, the Clixium belt.
Yeah.
That Genosis or whatever I was talking about, that's Isogen. But it's really concentrated in Isogen. That's why it's worth so much money. And if basically, like, the guys in the corp have got it on lockdown, so the second it spawns, they log in and mine it all.
Wow.
Which you're not actually supposed to do that. It's actually frowned upon. Like most corps, it's called cherry picking. Most corps don't allow it. This is probably the most relaxed I've ever seen a corp about cherry picking.
Yeah.
But normally, like my previous ones, if you cherry picked, you got fucking big trouble. Like, you weren't allowed to do that. But
okay, my question on from that would be, how regular does that ore site spawn? Because it's not on right now.
So it's all based off how quickly it gets mined out. So if it won't. Sorry, there's a hidden mechanic that I don't fully understand. There's some thing that can make it despawn and respawn.
Yeah.
That has happened many times, but it's not like I don't know the consistency of that because sometimes I've had it up for it feels like almost a week before it despawns naturally. Yeah. But basically, it's whenever it gets mined out, it'll respawn again, and I can't remember the timer on that. I can't remember if it's 8 or 10 hours or 12 hours. No, it's definitely more than I think it's 8 hours, something like that. Okay. But what happens is there's people in here that will mine it out, and then they know because they know the timer, which I don't know it, but I mean Google would probably tell you pretty quickly what the timer is, but and then they just make sure they log in because they know when it finished, so they just log in and then
well,
mine
I
the
don't
good
know
stuff
when it
again.
finished today. Because
Were you online when it finished?
I fucking was, yes.
Well, there you go. So if you just Google tier 3 Clixium belt tier 3, it's an anomaly, it doesn't matter what one it is. Respawn and then you know when it's going to come up, and then if you can be on when it comes up, then you can mine the genosis or whatever it's called, and that will have your isogen in it,
Right. So
and it's very valuable. It's like very, very
trigger a
valuable.
new spawn.
It's one of the highest ores. I think it is one of the
Oh,
top
it
ores you can
spawns
get.
after. Right. So respawn timing. Spawns after the daily downtime or at a random time during the day. Time variation.
Yes.
It is difficult to determine an exact timer as it can vary from a few days to weeks. Some players report a longer respawn timer than before, while others report shorter or inconsistent timers. There's no guarantee of a respawn within a specific time frame.
See, that might be old information because Moreau was able to get it down to a fine that he knew exactly when it would be coming.
That's the AI overview of
Yeah,
Google.
that might be getting also confused with ore anomalies are different. Like it's probably thinking about belts, not or you know what I mean? Like
Okay, we're there.
but yeah, I know it's somewhere between that like
about 5
8
hours.
to 12-hour range.
Approximately in EVE Online, a Calixium deposit T3 ore anomaly respawns approximately 5 hours after it has been completely cleared of all ore.
There you go.
So that will
I thought it was longer than that.
That will be not long after respawn downtime.
Oh, cool. I'll be on then too.
I may have passed out. It depends how tired I get. Right now, I'm not fucking tired. So, yeah. But we'll see. I'm just going to mine the Arcanor and Bistot medium ones and see how it goes.
Yep. I mean, Arcanor and Bistot's always good value too.
Yeah, so. It's just the Isogen, the Noxium, and Zydrine that I'll need.
Well, if you want to, you're more than welcome to jump over to 8K and there's belt up in here. You can feel free to mine. Side drain belt. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll just have to drop it off there though, won't I? And then ferry it back over. Wait, so you know them station containers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I assemble it, we've got a red in Atioff, by the way. If I assemble it, is that then locks it to that station, or can I pick it up for the 10,000 M3 and put it into a ship with 1 million M3's worth of stuff inside it?
It's locked to the station. You have to repackage it like a ship. You know, like ships, you unpackage them.
Yeah.
You have to repackage it, but to repackage it, you have to take everything out of it.
Right. Okay.
So yes, you can move it around, but not with stuff in it.
Right. Damn. Yeah, because that'd be broken. That if you could put a 10,000 M3 in your ship, and then put 1 million M3 into that and just carry it.
There is one ship in the game though that you can do that. Well, not one. There's more than one ship, but there is one way to do what you're talking about. But it's not. This won't help you with what you're thinking. But so when you have your, I think Dreadnoughts have it.
He's in D Takai.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, I'm docked up. I think Dreadnoughts have it, but I'm not 100% sure. Basically, that certain ships will have a cargo bay that you can put a ship in. Now, you can, like, if that ship, like, let's say you've got your ship, if you fit it to have, like, extra, like, cargo space and all this sort of shit, there's certain ships that can hold a lot of stuff. Yeah. You can fill that ship up, then put it in your ship, and it's still, like, if the ship weighs, let's say, 3,000 M3, you can fit 20,000 M3 into the ship, but the ship will still only weigh 3,000 M3. And then you can put that ship into yours. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And people do it with carriers, I believe, and I think dreadnoughts do it too, but I'm not sure about dreadnoughts. I know they definitely do it with carriers, and they call it suitcase because it's just carrying around all your shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, but yeah, and what people do in PvP especially is so in PvP often these ships will use capsticks. Do you know what a capstick is?
No.
Okay, so basically there's a module you put on your ship that it uses a like an ammo, like a resource, and they're called capsticks. And the problem is that generally there's ships that out there that are, with their cap, they are like basically unkillable. But how they die is they run out of cap. And so what they do is they use capsticks to keep their cap. When they're getting neutered or drained by enemies, they use these capsticks so that they don't die. Right. But the problem is you can only carry so many capsticks because capsticks are quite heavy. So what these ships do, like the carriers I'm talking about, they'll get this like it's just a throwaway ship. It doesn't matter. It's just there to hold their shit.
Yeah.
They'll fill it up with capsticks, and then what they do is mid-fight, so the middle of the fight, they eject that ship out of their ship, open up its cargo, pull in all the capsticks, and then suck it back into their ship again. And they just use that to like restock themselves. Like it's like a resupply, and they resupply themselves. And it's how to get around their limited space, limited cargo space.
Yeah.
And in these big ships.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. But you can also get fucked pretty easily too, because if you eject your ship and they realize quick enough and lock it and kill it before you get to take the cargo out, then you lose it. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They're throwaway ships. The ship doesn't matter, but it's more that you lose the cap,
What's in there?
the
Yeah.
caps that you need. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's something
But,
that I'll have to figure out later down the line, definitely.
well, when you have your dreadnoughts, you're gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
If you can do it in dreadnoughts, I'm just
We'll
not
see.
sure if they can.
We'll see. You never know. Yeah, to be fair, I thought it's probably a good time to be actually streaming right now because I looked at Kick and no one's streaming EVE Online at all. So I thought, well, let's get a little stream going, Anna. Alright, so I'm going to fill up with Arcanor on this one. Oh, there we go. There's some rats. Literally some frigates. Sick. Oh, no. There's a battleship. Oh, there's two battleships. Ah.
But anyway, I gotta jump off. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
I was just popping on for a second. I gotta go. But yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
bro.
hopefully you're around later. If not, all good. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Take it easy.
You too.
Let's see how that's doing. Okay, so we're not really getting hit much. Doing all right there. Let me just keep an eye on this because we definitely need to make sure that that does not die. That would be a very, very bad situation. Okay, definitely looks like I might have an issue with a bit of my overlay. By the look of it. Let's get that off grid. No, yeah, my shields are doing perfectly fine. I don't really need to worry too much. They definitely need to be attacking the battleship though. It's warping off. Okay. Not too sure why it warped off, but hey ho. We're not going to complain too much. just going to make sure that they're all dead. Perfect. And we should be about full after this one. All being well. Not far off. Okay. So we'll go back over here, right click, put it on assist. Perfect. Pop that back on. I like to do the survey scanner every so often just to sort of keep an eye, see where we're roughly at. Obviously we've got quite a bit of Bistots out there, but we just want the Arcanor at the moment. We've got quite a bit of Bistot in here as well. I'm picking up Bistot that doesn't quite make sense why I'm picking up Bistot. I might have picked up earlier. Oh well, don't matter anyway. We'll be full up after this go round. Here we go. We've now got the skill points. Boom, boom. We'll take that as well, because why not? So we've got some extra skill points now as well. Every little helps. Let me just check. Okay. Stream's looking good. No issues at the moment. Just apart from some of my sections are kind of a little bit messed up, which I'm not too sure why. They've all gone blank, which is a little bit worrying. Right. I think I know what I did wrong here. Yeah, I haven't got it on the reoccurring loop. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So we've got them working now. I've figured out what I've done wrong. So we just press stop, restart, and that should be better now, hopefully. Yep, perfect. Okay, so we can get all these seeds working fine now. Yeah, that's just an offline PNG. There we go. Right, okay. We've got it working. I think, yep. Just gotta go onto this source. Do that, do that, do that. There we go. We got there. Eventually we got there. Happy days. It's exactly what we need. So obviously now I could probably do that, and we are now full. Perfect. So then all we do is we go right. We're going to the Tatara. Let's go drop off the loot. And while we do that, we're going to return the drones. We're going to stop moving. What we're actually going to do now is we're going to start orbiting the Arcanor here at 2500. Just while we now drop this off.
Docking request accepted.
Morning everyone, morning all. Well, good morning, good evening, good night everyone. How are we all doing? Hopefully we're all having a good day, or a good start to the day. Let's switch up the liquid, because I could do with probably a different vape today. So go to the mining hold, throw that in the item hanger. We're going to close the ship hanger at the moment, close the item hanger down at the moment. Oh no, we'll keep that open just so we've got the fittings sat there as well. And the best way to obviously go back to it, so because obviously my Ishtar's orbiting the rock, I've now got my Mackinaw to warp to the Ishtar, not to the site. So I believe this should warp me directly to the Ishtar to where it was, and that should be where I land, all being well. If that is the case, then we should be golden. Yep, perfect. Look at that. Cracking. Then we can crack straight on with locking that, orbiting that, and shooting our lasers at that. Well, strip miners at it. Then we'll mine this out. So we've got 11,216 M3 or 701. Oh, so we'll get that done. And then once that's done, we'll move on to the next closest Arcanor, mine that out, and go from there. Obviously, we're gonna probably look at what our next skill injection will be for. We would probably be best at doing science, but these can also just slowly tick through anyway and get done anyway. So we'll leave them for now. We're in no rush to sort of do anything about that. What we'll now do is we'll now put them on to assist. Yeah, and we'll just basically, this is how it'll go. Obviously, at the moment, I'm only using one mining account. We will upgrade, we will get more, and we will have more miners. Obviously, the Machinors, it's quite skill intensive to get into, but once you're into it, the earning possibilities with a fleet of them and a porpoise or an orca or a rock is just massive. Mainly you'll go with a porpoise just because it's cheaper, because it does provide, I believe, a bit better boosting, um, and I believe compression as well. I may be mistaken with that one, do not quote me, because this is the first time I'm sort of obviously doing this, so I don't actually know, I'm going to be honest, but we will see. But I am also going to be waiting for the Calixian belt, obviously, that me and Legendary were speaking about. I'm going to be waiting for that, see how that goes. So the aim, mainly with this sort of account, is going to be producing ships, doing reactions, creating blueprints, all manufacturing, um, to sort of help, or manufacture for the main account for whatever we need, for PvP ships, that sort of thing. We're then also going to look at trying to get the T2 variant BPCs, which I've just found out you can do, with Invention. So I'm going to look into that and obviously try work on that and try get BPCs for that, because if I can do that, then we will be able to start producing better ships. Mainly the PI, we're probably not going to have every account doing PI at first. It will just be basically this account will do PI and it'll sort of stay like that for now, but we will eventually start doing PI on all of the mining accounts, and we'll sort of have one account that will produce P1s, then we'll have an account that will do well, no, it'll be P0s to P1s, then it'll be P1s to P2s, and obviously all the way up to what we need. Once we can get that down as well, obviously it's going to take a bit of time, but once we've got that down, we're going to be producing everything. Basically, all it's going to cost us is our time. We will upgrade everything. We'll make sure every ship's in Machinors. We will then also have ships, all the mining accounts set up for gas mining, or gas huffing, sorry. So we can go into them with ventures, or, you know, the T2 variants, the prospect or the endurance, and go gas huffing with them, and be able to do that to where we can just produce everything we want, everything we're going to need, which will be really good for the main account. That's sort of what I want my mining accounts to do, is to feed the main account. And if they can feed the main account and sort of create a bit extra, then we can also use that for making more ISK on top of what the main account's going to be doing. But I want the main account to be able to get more involved with PvP, more involved with fleet operations, and earning ISK that way. But the right now, obviously, it's at the infancy stage, so really, this is only really sort of going to be producing small quantities and small amounts until we start gaining more and more accounts, which we are going to be doing over time. I would say at least one a month, or if we can, two a month. Obviously, we've got, you know, Christmas coming up, so we're going to have to sort of hold off from really spending. But we will be trying to work it. The only thing is then it's the upkeep of the Omega of all the accounts. That's where it's going to become really fun. And obviously we can only open one account, one toon for each account. I don't believe you can actually open up two toons on the same account. Oh, there we go. So that's destroyed. So we'll now go like that, and then we will basically now have him orbit. Stop that one from mining because that was pointless. We've got to wait until basically almost 24k. There we go. Yep, low cap, but that's fine because by the time they cycle back round, the cap will have regened and we'll be fine again. And obviously, every so often, we'll just keep an eye on that one just to make sure that there's no rats, even though they will pop up in here as well on the overview for me. Obviously, like I always say, any follow, like, sub, any of it is greatly appreciated. It gets me out there to more people. Obviously, it then allows me to provide more content, to be able to help anyone that needs the help, and basically just reach out to the community a bit more and show that there is someone else that's streaming regular on a daily basis. Like I say, I'm trying to keep it every single day at least one stream. And there's no plans on not streaming this game. There is plans to stream other games that will be coming out, and other games similar to EVE Online, but I don't just want to hold myself to one game. I want to be able to sort of diversify a little bit and be able to play different games. But this will be one of the main games that's streamed regular. And obviously, if we have other games that a lot of people are interested in, then I'll sort of split it to where it'll be one stream for this game one day, then the next day it'll be a stream for a different game, and then the day after it'll come back to this game and sort of rotate. But we'll see how it all goes. We don't know. But any interactions with the streams or with the VODs after is just massive, and it is, like I say, I greatly appreciate it. And like I say, for every single, not for every single stream, but just from the last stream, I've already upgraded the overlays. I've added emotes now to the Twitch chat. So if you're subscribed, you've now got you've got animated emotes that you can now use. We are going to try upgrade and get more, be able to offer more. We're going to try, yeah. So there is also channel points within Twitch that you can now use to unlock them sub-only emotes. Not too sure how long they unlock for, but it can be done. All you've got to do is watch the stream for so long, you'll earn so many points, and then you can unlock the emote. I know obviously streams like this will be relatively boring. I will try to switch up and do different things. Obviously I'll try and mainly do the mining aspect when I'm not streaming. I just thought obviously need to sort of kind of do a stream about it, just to sort of talk you through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what the goal is of doing it, and also I can also talk about the fitting. So for this ship, obviously I'm flying a Mackinac. We obviously, don't get me wrong, I've invested a bit of ISK. It is a fairly expensive Mackinac. It's running 2 ore strip miners. It's then running a medium ice harvester because this is one where it can diversify. It can go and do ice mining, it can do macoxic mining, and it can also do normal ore mining. We have 3 mining laser upgrade 2s. We do also have 3 ice harvesting upgrade 2s. We've obviously got the survey scanner, the 2 compact multispectrums, and then the medium compact shield extender just to give it a bit more tank. We do have the 5 mining drone 2s, but we do also have a ice harvesting drone 2 for when we go and do ice mining. Just hold up 1 second because we do have a red 2 jumps out, so I just need to be mindful of that currently. Obviously that is one thing that is a bit of a bonus with having eyes around. I sort of can, because we're in a system where it's sort of, you have to go through at least 2 systems to get to me. I can see you coming, so I can prepare accordingly. Obviously right now, I'm not worried. There's no rush. When it comes to one system out, then it's okay, be prepared. I'll sort of pull the drones in from this account, switch back over to my mining account and be ready to go, because the Ishtar can warp out pretty quick, but the Mackinac is a little bit slower. Obviously it's an exhumer, so I don't really expect it to warp out fast. I believe the warp out time on this is about 5-6 seconds. Yeah, just under 6 seconds. And the Mackinac, if I remember rightly, is about 13 to 14. I believe 13 and a half. Okay, we have a just under 13. Yeah, we have a considerable amount of reds coming, so we are going to go and dock up. Just because I'm not willing to risk it and potentially lose ships. So we'll just finish that so we get the ore. We got halfway, half filled. That's not bad.
Docking request accepted.
so there's quite a few nearby. Don't really want to mess around too much. Oh, there's no way I can keep that. Okay. So we'll put the Arcanor there, we'll put that there. Huh. Okay. So obviously we're going to collect the Bistar, the Colixium and all that. We're going to collect that up and eventually just build up a mass amount of ore, then reprocess and then move over to where we are manufacturing. So what I'm going to do now is we will go and show you the... One second, I need to actually change clone to the one that, yep, that's the one. No. To be fair, I believe this one's got the mid-grade, which should give, if I remember rightly, these give +3? Yeah, so they do help speed up a little bit. Yeah, so we'll keep it like that at the moment, that's fine. Not really too bothered. So we'll undock. We'll now go over to the station where I do some of my manufacturing. Just give me a second, we're just going to pull up. I believe, yeah, so we're unable to do them. Yeah, this isn't the one with the... One second. Okay, right. So what we're going to do is... I don't really need them, but we will put them in the item hanger just because. No, that can't go in there, we know. I believe it's the Mimos. No, that's ship mining hold. Oh, it's the Cryos. Yeah, so shift click drag. One. And then we've got weapon charges. like that at the moment.
Have a pleasant journey, Capsule.
Well, welcome everyone on Twitch. Damn. All the way up at 8 people today. Jesus. Didn't expect that for this morning. We will take it. That is a damn good morning. Right, so we will jump back into the system next door, which is where we will be doing the research and copying, I believe. Blueprint copying, Alt-E to inventions. On material efficiency and time efficiency is okay, that one. So we're going to take them to the material efficiency and time efficiency, just to ensure we get that done. I just click Twitch off because I'm an idiot. Yep. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. You can still see the chat, so it don't really matter. But still. There we go, that's back up and running. So we'll dock up. Yep, we're all good in there. Okay, getting a little bit warm. Considerably a bit warm. Right, so we'll pop them in the iron magger. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use these blueprints. Now this is the first time I'm going to ever run these. Okay, so bigger the ship. Okay. So this is material efficiency, and obviously that. This makes copies. Okay, right, well. So 35 days to get it to 20%. So I think we'll get that started.
Skill training completed.
Let me just unlock this, because this will give us extra, I believe. Yeah, extra runs, which we could do with. We'll get it up to 3. Let's see how much 4 is. No. Actually, no. We'll pop them on. We'll add them to the queue. I believe I've actually just put that to the front, which I didn't really want to do. So we'll pull that back. Pop that there. Okay. So we've now got that running. That is a current job. So we're going to do time efficiency first. Start that one. Start that one. We'll get them all to 10% on the time efficiency. Obviously, what that'll do is that'll allow us to be faster with how quick we build the ships. So we will now drop that. We're now going to go back to the original station, the refinery station for us. And then once we've done that, we will call it here. Obviously, just sort of kind of doing a bit of a quick stream, so it can be a video as well, so it can sort of show you guys obviously what I'm working with, what I'm doing, what the plans are, sort of bits and pieces of it. We will be doing another stream later on today where we're going to sort of showcase a bit more. Hopefully, I know on Sunday we will have a PvP stream coming, so keep an eye out for that. Obviously, highly suggest following, subscribing, keeping an eye open, because that will be every Sunday. Times will vary, of course. Obviously, that info won't be released, but it will be streamed. So bear that in mind.
Docking request accepted.
So yeah, been an absolute pleasure. Really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day, great night, great evening, and we will see you on the next stream. Peace out.